How are you? I hope you all fine. You have done 11th exam well. Very good. You have given enough materials for 11th standard and enough instructions. Very good. Now welcome you for 12th standard students. Welcome you all. Okay, in 12th standard, 11th standard, you have studied two volumes. Is it? What are they? Volume 1 and volume 2. Is it? Volume 1, 5 lessons. Volume 2, 6 lessons. Total 11 lessons. In 12th standard also, we are going to read two volumes. Volume 1, Volume 2. In Volume 1, you have 5 units. In Volume 2, you have 6 units. Is it clear? Volume 1, 5 units. Volume 2, 6 units. What are the units in Volume 1? Yes, well known one. First unit is electrostatics. Second one is current electricity. Third one is magnetism and effects of electric current. Fourth one, electromagnetic induction and alternating current. Okay. Fifth one is electromagnetic waves. This is the volume 1. If you go for volume 2, students, volume 2, 6 units. What are they? Optics, number 1. Dual nature of radiation and matter, 2. Number 3, atomic and nuclear physics, okay. Semiconductor electronics, 1. Fifth one, communication systems. Sixth one is reason development in physics. Okay. So total 11 lessons. Okay. These are the units. Please see. The first unit is electrostatics. Before going to this, students, let us, since you are writing public examination, let us see the public pattern. Okay. So the students, this is your exam pattern. So here 15, 1 mark, all the multiple choice questions. 15 into 1, 15. It may be any part of the 11 lessons. Next one, 2 mark question answer. You have to answer 6. 9 will be given to you. From this 9, you have to answer 6. Totally 12 marks. From this 6, 1 is compulsory one. 5 questions you can attempt any. 1 is compulsory one. It may be a problem or it may be a reason question answer. Okay, so totally 12 marks you have to attempt. Next, again 3 marks. Again you have to attempt 6. The same 9 will be given. You can attempt any 5, but 1 is compulsory. 1. It may be a problem or reasoning or any part of the questions. Last one is brief answer. It is long answer. 5 5s are 25. It is internal choice 1. Okay. Totally 70 marks you are going to write. The time allotted to you is 3 hours. 3 hours. First unit 1, electrostatic students. Divide this into 2. 1 is electro. Okay. What is next one? Statics. Electrostatics. Now what is the meaning of electro? Electro means charges. That is electric charges. We can tell electric charges. Static, rest. Static rest. This is called electrostatics. Can you tell us definition? Electrostatics is the branch of physics which deals with the study of electric charges at rest. This is called electrostatics. Okay, student. Then let us know about what do you mean by electric charge. What do you mean by electric charge? If you want to go in detail, electric charge, you see that you should know what do you mean by substance. What is a substance? Yes, correct. It is a collection of atoms. What is a substance? Collection of atoms. Then, what do you mean by atom? Yes, atom is the one which is made of fundamental particles. What is it? Atom is made up of fundamental particles. Now you know substance, you know atom. Now another one is, what are the fundamental particles? What are the fundamental particles? It's a well-known fact. We know that proton is the first fundamental particle, electron, neutron. Where are they? They are in an atom. The atom has, yes, nucleus. So here nucleus. In the nucleus we have proton and neutron. Combinedly called as nucleons. The proton and neutron they combinedly called as nucleons. Okay? These are existing inside the nucleus. Electron is revolving around it. Now, what's our discussion is electric charge again. Can you go for the definition of electric charge, students? Yes. It is nothing but the excess or deficiency. What is meant? Excess or deficiency of electrons in any process of rectification is called electric charge. You see that the excess, what is it? The excess or deficiency of electrons in any process of rectification is called electric charge. Now you got the definition along with meaning. I think you understand it. Yes. Now, if an object loses its electrons continuously, that means, as per our definition, losses, deficiency, losses of electrons is called as positively charged. Positively charged, it is proton. If an object gains the electrons, that is excess of electrons as per definition, then it is negatively charged. They are called electron. Now neutron has no charge. Neutron has no charge. Now let us see how these are transferred. What are the methods this electric charge is transferred? So what are the modes of charges can transfer? So in electrostatics, in day-to-day life also we can see electrostatic modes. You can see that lightning. So it is a natural process, lightning. That is also electrostatics. We take a scale, rub the scale to your head and place the scale to a slowly near the tap of water. When the water starts to bend, this is also electrostatics. So clear about these things. So what are modes? First one is induction, second one is conduction, third one is friction. Induction. What is induction? Here it is electrostatic induction. Electrostatic induction. What is it? Just to take two objects. Just to take two objects. This is one object. This is another object. Combine these two objects. Bring it closer. Bring it closer. But these two objects should not touch each other. Now assume that this object has no charge. this object has charge. Let us see here. This object has no charge. This object has charge. Bring it closer. What will happen? Once you bring closer, these charges has been transferred to this object, which is in neutral. Now this charge we call as induced charge. See here, this is induced charge. Which charge has induced it? This charge. So we call it as inducing charge. What is it? Inducing charge. Then go for the definition of electrostatic induction. What we have done? The phenomenon of producing charges without any contact with another charge is called electrostatic induction. Can you tell one example? Yes. Capacitor is the best example. Capacitors. You might have seen in fans. Another one is Van de Graaff generator. We will discuss this Van de Graaff generator. Last part of discussion. Okay, students, you clear? Electrostatic induction, that is without contact with each other, you are producing charge. Second method. Second method is our conduction. Conductions. Simply we can discuss this. Just you take one mobile. Now mobile is your receiver. Mobile charge the mobile using plug point. Now that is the source. Now both are having contact with each other. This is called conduction. So this is one object has no charge. That is neutral charge. That is the net charge on the object is 0. Source. If they have made contact with each other, that is called conduction. Example, mobile charging. Next one, friction. In simple we can tell. Take one stone, take another stone, strike these two stones, you will get a spark. Is it? You will get a spark? Yes, that is your friction. That is your friction. By striking you get charges. That charges is called frictional charges or frictional electricity. So what is friction? These are the three methods the charge can transfer. Now you have positive and negative charge now. Can you tell me who discovered these charges? Yes, he is an American scientist. His name is Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin. Okay, so far we discussed the charges, how we are producing this. Can I ask one question to you? Yes. By rubbing two objects, the electricity is produced? Yes? No. What is happening here? By rubbing the charges, by rubbing the two objects, the charges is transferred. Okay, the electricity of charges are just being transferred or redistributed to the material. So we can conclude that rubbing does not create electricity. It just transfers or redistributes the material. So rubbing does not create electricity. It just transfers or redistributes the charges inside any material. Let us see a simple experiment. Okay, students. In order to study about the properties of charges. Okay. For that, just you take one support. This is one support. Take one support. Take one silk thread. Suspend it. Silk thread. Take a glass rod. Glass rod is a positive one. Suspend this glass rod to the silk thread. Like that, to suspend it. The glass rod starts to swing. Now you bring another glass rod. See here, another glass rod, you bring it. Place it nearer to this rod. You see that both the glass rods, these glass rods are positively charged one. Now, what will happen here? This rods starts to repel each other. Okay, so we shall we conclude? Like charges, these are like charges. Like charges repel each other. Now, instead of this positive charge, to take one ebonite rod which is having a negative charge. Now assume that this is your ebonite rod. Now what will happen? This glass rod is a positive one. Our ebonite is a negative one. Both will start to attract each other. So we can conclude that unlike charges attract. Unlike charges attract each other. So from this experiment we can conclude that like charges repel each other, unlike charges attract each other. Okay students, where are we can apply this in our day-to-day life applications? This attraction and repulsion property we can apply in many cases. First one, inkjet printing. Inkjet printing we can apply. Photostat copying machine. Photostat copying machine. What is it? We call it as Xerox machine. Fly ash collection in chimneys. Fly ash collection in chimneys. Like that we have many applications in day-to-day life. And also powder coating, electrostatic paint spray. For example, if you want to paint the car, apply it. These are the applications. Okay, we have discussed these things. After that, in the next class, this unit consists of various parts. First introduction and charges were discussed. After that, we will see what are the properties of charges, what is Coulomb's law, Gauss law and its applications, capacitors, capacitor series and parallel, dipole, polarization, Van de Graaff generator. Okay students, bye.